So, here we go. To see Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon, yes. And oh my god. Oh, I had to sit through the freaking trailer for Breaking Dawn. The theater was playing it. Oh my god. Oh, they can't even find good trailer shots for this one. They just can't. Everything in there looks awkward. The glimpse of what appears to be leading up to a sex scene or something in the water, I don't know, is looking pretty dang forced. Um, the angry faces are just way overdone. And frickin' Bella, when she's pregnant and winds up feeling this pain, she looks up, she sees her gut, she says, "That's not possible." And then, I swear to God, she's like, she goes, "Whoa." It's like, what the heck? Did you just. I don't even want to know what just happened there, but it sure as heck wasn't pain. But anyway. Needless to say, that's going to be an awesome riff tracks. But, so, what we're here to talk about is Transformers Dark of the Moon. And I'm not gonna lie, I really, at first, I was just gonna pass on this one. I figured I wouldn't be missing anything. Michael Bay was really letting me down. And, I mean, when you think about it, Michael Bay is essentially a big kid. You give him a movie camera and a bunch of money, and he, comes up with slow motion, explosions, yada yada. And that's the primary thing he cares about, which is the primary thing that teenagers like to care about. I swear to God, it's like, a teenage director. But, but he did admit before back in the press releases for this that, yeah, you know what, part two was a letdown. I messed up. I screwed up some stuff. And I'm going to take steps to fix that. So I went there, I figure, okay, I'll give this a shot. If the guy can admit that he made a mistake, I'll go to the theater to see what he does to correct it. So I go there, and well, I'll say this much: the beginning of the movie is kind of slow. It's kind of slow. It's kind of, the pacing's a little drawn out, and a lot of the people are like crazy. Like, I don't want to say over the top crazy, except for maybe a couple of guys, but when you're going through what it turns out they've all been going through, it will drive you a little nuts. So, anyway, I don't want to spoil what's going on there, but there's a conspiracy that Sam, who's now completely cut off from the military and the Autobots, and basically now a civilian, and all he has to show for it is a medal that he can't even wear. The ribbon was way too small. He has to go out. He's out of college. He has to go find a job. His last girlfriend dumped him. He's got a new one. Um, she apparently used to work for the British Embassy. Came from a military family. Now she's working for this car collector slash enthusiast. Anyway, not the point though. So he's working through his relationship with her. Trying to find a job. His parents show up and they're harping on him to get a job, so he's trying to get a job. Finally, he has to settle on a job in the mailroom, working for this really douchey guy played by John Malkovich, brilliantly, by the way. Play your strengths. Okay, there are some roles that John Malkovich cannot play, and some that he plays perfectly. This is one that he played perfectly. I'm not gonna lie. Slightly insane, obsessive, compulsive douche. He sits there basically and has them get into a girl's face and most likely fire her. I think is what happened because they're on the yellow floor and she's using a red cup. Ridiculous stuff like that. But anyway, he basically uncovers a conspiracy that's handed to him by someone who claims to be involved in it. And the guy's really panicky, over the top, so it seems, until you find out why. This does all wind up making sense. And so a lot of the people that Sam winds up having to work with are kooks. They're nuts. So it does seem kind of stupid in terms of who he has to work with, but when you consider the fact that, again, he's cut off from the military, the government won't listen to him, they figure that's that. It does make sense that he'd have to work with these people. and that it would be, you know, working out this way. It also gave Michael Bay to get whatever stupid comedy he felt he had to get out of the way in the front, which actually turns out to be a really good strategy for him. But, you know, it's kind of dumb, but it's not like, you know, you will laugh. Even if it's just at how crazy these people are, you'll laugh. And, you know, it's actually worth it. What it leads up to is definitely worth it. Yeah, you can tell where this is going by now. It's hard to give a proper review, though, without giving some stuff away. I can tell you that there's a few new Autobots and a few new Decepticons. Soundwave comes down off that satellite, and he's actually down there now, in case you didn't know. But it's pretty dang good. I'm not gonna lie. Shockwave is as menacing as you'd want him to be. Megatron is still injured from the last movie or something like that, and he's basically trying to rear, looks like, these brand new little mini robots out in the desert while his plan comes to fruition. Now, having played the game, which serves as a prequel to the movie, maybe, I don't know, it definitely helped me understand a lot more what was going on. But at the same time, it confused me a little bit, because Megatron's doing all this, and now he just seems to be playing a waiting game. And then you find out why later, and it's like, holy cow, that was brilliant planning, really. There's one spoiler, though, that, oh man, I almost have to give away just because I'm so upset about it. There is a plot twist that happens. They find out that there was something up on the moon. It was an Autobot ship that was supposed to be their last hope for survival, had a technology that could save them all. And it had been hit while it was leaving the planet's atmosphere and lost in space. Turns out it crashed on our moon. Now, what happened then is, turns out they finally get up there and they go in there and they see what's in there, and it's, most of you know this by now. It's been on the internet for a while. Sentinel Prime, the leader of the Autobots before Optimus. And he's got these rods with him, and they find out that these are rods for building the space bridge. But most of them are missing, and they can't figure out why. They don't know how it is that the others were left unguarded, and the Decepticons, I don't know, apparently have them or something. They, you know, it's just something that they didn't know at the time. And as things go on, long story short, it turns out that a lot of what they thought they knew, they didn't know. There's a big plot twist. Someone betrays them. I won't say who, though. And here, the only spoiler I'm going to give you, Ironhide dies. And I was quite upset by that. So, yeah. That's the only one I'm giving you, though. The rest of it you got to see for yourself. But I'm very impressed by this. Michael Bay... Mikey's growing up? Michael Bay actually stepped up and delivered this time. He did admit that he screwed up. He knew where he screwed up. Took the steps to correct that. The girl that they got to replace Megan Fox, beautiful lady. Definitely not a stick, that's for sure. And she played her role very well. The ending. One of my big complaints about the last movie was the ending was so anticlimactic. I mean, Optimus gets resurrected, and then he gets this upgrade from Jetfire. And, you know, you figure, okay, this will be an interesting battle, because, I mean, it's the Fallen, you know. And instead of Optimus actually putting up a decent fight, it's like he's God mode now and just beats the crap out of him. The fight's over within, like, 30 seconds. That definitely does not happen this time around. The ending, the last battle, is literally that, a battle. This is an all-out war here. And it's actually very good. I was very, very pleasantly surprised. I'm even going to go so far as to say that I think it's the best out of the three. Now, I know that considering number 2, people might not think that the bar is very high, but trust me, it's better than the first one even, I think. Wow, it was great. Especially seeing Bumblebee take on Soundwave. That was, wow. And Laserbeak, oh my god, Laserbeak's freaking creepy. I'm not gonna lie. The things they got him doing, wow. Um, but anyways, overall, I'm definitely gonna probably give this movie overall, 9. In terms of the fact that it's definitely a popcorn movie. You don't go to these kinds of movies looking for anything too terribly deep, but even then, it's got some pretty good messages in it. It's got an interesting, it's definitely got some laugh out loud parts. It's got some interesting, it's got very interesting plot, pretty well thought out one too, and it's the visuals were nothing short of amazing. Bay even outdid himself there. This, I'm definitely recommending people go see it. I know a lot of people like to try to hate on it because Bay's getting the Shyamalan treatment, and no matter what, his movies are going to suck just because it's got his name on it. But this is not the case here. And I know some people are upset about the second one. This, trust me, makes up for it. Optimus Prime, for everyone who said that the only good thing about the second movie was how badass it made Optimus look, this is Optimus Prime, the most badass you will ever freaking see him. No joke. So, it's awesome. It was awesome. I'm not going to say it's movie of the year status awesome, but in terms of, summer movies, it's probably going to be about a 9. Definitely on the Michael Bay scale, it's way up there. Probably the best movie he's done. But in the interest of fairness, seeing as I've just seen this, I'm probably going to scale it back a little bit. 8.75, there you go. 8 3/4. It's definitely a good movie, though. Definitely worth watching. It's a lot of fun. You'll love it. Or at the very least, you'll have a good time. So that's it for now. And I will catch you guys later.